Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations. In today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom and specifically bringing you guys a Super Mayhem guide. We officially have 7 days and so many hours left before the season officially resets, so right now is the time to start grinding. So hopefully these helps can help you out and when climbing the additional tiers. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, so before we officially jump in here to some tips and some things that I suggest you to do for Super Mayhem, especially these last couple of days to grind out as many tiers as possible, let's just explain exactly what Super Mayhem is for anybody tuning in that might either be new to the game or maybe they just completely neglected this and didn't really think it was worth the grind. Right off the bat, as I mentioned, it's going to be 7 days until it officially resets, and it's going to function just like the standard Kingdom Arena. The higher tier that you end the season with, no matter where you place, like as you can see here currently, my tier is going to be here on Diamond 3. You will get a handful of additional crystals and also get the additional medals of victory. Now, if you don't already know, the medal shop here that is also in Super Mayhem is the exact same one that crosses with the standard season arena, and that's going to be huge and a really good thing to know because you do want those medals, because those additional medals will let you grind out some additional ancient pieces here, as you see here, that resets every day. And also, not only that, we've got the additional epics here that you could be farming out as well if you still need some of those to grind out a specific one that you are needing, and you've got the extra medals. Next thing up that I want to talk about, and that's going to be how exactly does the game mode work. Well, we basically have 3 different teams, and it's going to be a 3-team versus 3-team battle. It's not going to be a standard your team versus another one like the regular arena. Basically, just take that same concept and times it by 3. Your 3 teams are going to go against their 3 teams, and if your team ends up winning, then it's going to be battling their second team. If your first team still wins again, then you're going to be battling their third team and final team, and then if you beat all 3 of their teams, then you win that match. Pretty straightforward. Now, however, when it comes to the individual team compositions and some tips and some tricks and some things that I think are going to be best practices when it comes to the Super Mayhem mode, well, that's going to be basically diving into, choosing and picking your team comp. The first one up, as you can see here, we've got, obviously, I'm going to be running my main composition for the arena that I have specifically built. That is going to be meta currently right now. That's going to be Pumpkin Pie, Holly Berry, Sea Fairy, Twizzly, and Pure Vanilla, and it's going to be all based around the crit %. So the idea behind this team comp is I already did a video on, but basically Pumpkin's going to do a knock-up ability right off the bat because the cooldown is extremely low to summon Pompon. So Pompon's going to do the knock-up, Sea Fairy's going to do the secondary stun for 3 seconds, Twizzly's going to come in clutch right afterwards to basically strip Pure Vanilla's shield if he has provided it. Not only that, it's going to be doing a ton of AoE damage to every single cookie, inevitably, hopefully, keeping them pretty low on health. So then the second rotation, we can start killing them off. And basically, Holly Berry's there to add to the overall survivability, and she actually does some pretty good, decent damage with her being an ancient. Pure Vanilla, obviously, to keep us alive. Overall treasures. Obviously, we're going to have the cooldown watch. That's literally the necessity for every single team comp in the arena, I feel like. We're going to have the Old Pilgrim Scroll for the additional attack %, and then, like I said, the Scythe for the additional crit % to just make sure that Twizzly is doing as much critical hits as she possibly can. Now, the next team comp that we currently have built is going to be what I would call a makeshift team. It's the leftover cookies that I have that I think are really good that I still could be utilizing in different team comps, and they're going to be the highest level cookies I have on my account, so I just made this team composition work. Ideally, in my opinion, when it comes to the 3-team comps, I think, the perfect setup would be a speed meta comp, because that's what's going to be meta for the overall arena and PvP content in the game in general. And then some sort of cheese comp, which, speaking of cheese comp, we'll go here to the next one. You can see that that is going to be my 3rd team and final team is going to be a cheese comp. But ideally here, like I was mentioning, I think the perfect role obviously would be some sort of cheese comp or stun comp, utilizing Almond. Then the second one obviously would be a speed meta comp, and then the first one would be whatever your main or, PvP comp that you have built. Again, something like that would be, my main composition here on my team 1. That's going to be ideal. However, like I said, speaking of my team 2 here, I had a bunch of level 60 cookies, and I just made a team that I think would at least do something, right? We've got Vampire here that can jump across the line. If the enemies do not have solid almonds on Pure Vanilla, or at least, good toppings, then I would say I should absolutely be able to smash out Pure Vanilla or whatever healer they are running if they don't have Pure Vanilla. Licorice here just to provide the additional survivability with the minions taking some of the damage, and not only that, to do some of the additional damage and also provide a defense buff for my entire team. Sorbet, we already know, takes out the front line as much as possible while doing additional damage. The true damage that is as well, which if you don't know, ignores defense. Parfait here just to basically reduce the amount of time my cookies can be stunned for if I'm going up against that and providing the healing. DC provides a defense break to the enemies. Again, not really needed here, but we're just going to throw him in here because we have him. He's level 60. He's running a full epic set of solid almonds, so definitely going to add to the overall tankiness of the team. I am currently running the Revive Feather here on this team just because it's not very good, so I'm really hoping that, you know, it would revive somebody and maybe just help us clutch the individual win. And then, like I said, the third and final one, I am running a cheese comp. Ideally, this is not going to be the highest level cheese comp that I could potentially do. I could invest some more experience on it, but I just wanted to show this for the video, guys. The reason why I would say if you are especially a low-level account, running the cheese comp can absolutely help you increase your overall tiers, because just like the overall Kingdom Arena, you have the ability to pick and choose your targets that you're going to attack, and with that being the case, if you know that you can potentially cheese, you know, as you can see here, 265,000 is the attack power for this team, that I probably would comfortably say that I could pretty much cheese anything between 265 as I'm currently at, probably up to 400,000 attack power, because it's just a cheese comp. Another thing that I guess I could do now that I look at this is I could actually probably remove Black Raisin, and I could probably throw in my Rye Cookie here, just because it is level 60, besides being Black Raisin level 51, and not only that, the Raimon comp is also still a thing, so probably go ahead and swap that out. It might be a better option here for us, and it also increases our attack power a little bit, just to help us out. But anyways, next tip I want to give you guys is going to be when it comes to placing your individual 3 teams. I definitely think it's going to be vital to incorporate your best team as number 1. Because if you win the very first round, you might not know, but your cooldowns get reset. But what is really awesome is you go into the enemy's second team, because that's how that works, right? The first team, you know, you're going to be battling first teams. Which team wins will battle the enemy's second team. So once you go into battling that second enemy team, you're going to go in there because you won the first battle with a 20% HP shield bonus, which is absolutely huge, and that carries on through the second and the third fight as well. So very, very nice. You absolutely want to make sure you're taking advantage of that as soon as possible, and you do that by putting your main team or your best team, in my opinion, as number 1, and then obviously the consecutive teams, it doesn't really matter which order you put them in. I've strategically done my first 2 or best ones as first and second, just so then that way I can kind of keep that realm, and then the third and final one, I've added in that cheese comp, just maybe, you know, whatever's left of the enemies, I can cheese my way through it. So with that being said, though, let's go ahead and try our hand at a couple of these compositions and see what we can do. We've got one here that it looks like it's gonna be really strong. We've got a basically 736,000 attack power compared to our 600. And we've got a second team composition here, which is going to be 698. Now, one thing I will mention about these teams, though, is that they're very unique teams. Like, this is not going to be a meta team comp that you're going to see here on number 1, even though that is going to be their strongest. And then not only that, you can see this here. I mean, this is another little weird makeshift team, a couple of odd, like, treasures that we don't really know. And then this one here is going to be a 437 attack. So, I mean, I don't really know because you can't see. I guess that brings me into another point here. You might be wondering, why can't you see them? Anything above Crystal 3 tier-wise, then that obviously hides the third team for anybody in the arena, whether it's for you or for the enemies. But with that being said, I don't know, guys. Let's try it out. Why not? Let's just try it out, right? I mean, they've got a weird composition here. I think we might be able to clutch it. I'm not sure, though, because they have a ton more attack power. So I might actually absolutely get wrecked here. I'm kind of reaching a little bit over top. But because they are using somebody like Latte, I think is just a very weird, interesting composition. So maybe. They might be able to do enough damage here to kill us, though. Hopefully not. All right, we got Pumpkin, another knock-up here. We've got Sea Fairy for a secondary stun. Twizzly. Oh, coming in clutch. Let's go, dude. What was that? Like 200,000 more attack power. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's why this team is absolutely meta, in my opinion. But there you go. You can see that we went in with a basically 20% HP bonus. It didn't make a difference here because they were low health compared to the second team. So let's go ahead and dive in here. Let's hope that our second team can pull something off and snipe maybe Parfait, which would be their healer. Maybe we can get lucky. All right, so we've got Parfait still left alive. Vampire still left alive on their team. Maybe we can snipe their vampire. Ooh, close. Close, but not close enough. But I think we still got the win here. All right, so there we go. We beat their second team down to their third team. They are running an almond comp, though, so they might be able to actually clutch this one, and then it'll be almond versus almond, which will be very interesting. Unless if my vampire actually took out their almond, which kind of breaks their individual team. They've got more damage than I do, though, but we do have the stun comp still here and our almond comp. All right, let's see if we can beat him. Come on, Rye. Why is Rye's taking so long to go off, dude? That is absolutely brutal. All right. We still should be fine, though, because we do have, I believe, more attack on the board compared to them. Yeah, we do. Even though they got 100% damage bonus here. Rye Cookie. There we go. All right, perfect. Got him. Like I said, guys, so once again, man, never doubt that. I was doubting it for a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I was absolutely doubting that we were going to beat that one. But like I said, hey, it came in clutch. Even though we've got a 599,000, we were able to scoop that up. Scoop that 736,000. It didn't have terrible treasures either, which was pretty surprising. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that gives you guys a better understanding of the Super Mayhem, and you can utilize some of these tips and tricks to help you grind for the remaining 7 days to get to whatever the highest tier that you can, so you can get those additional crystals and those additional medals when the season officially resets. Again, guys, just do a quick recap. Try to focus in on those additional really top meta builds for Arena, speed meta comp, any of those cheese comps that you can afford to build if you've got them. And then last but not least, I'd really try to build that Pumpkin and Twizzly combo, man. I think it's huge right now, very popular, and it's very strong if everything is topping correctly and including the individual substats. As always, guys, don't forget, a full team of level 60s can clear all 3 enemies if they are level 50 or below cookies. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be best to focus one main team to level 60s as your strongest team, then build a really good secondary team. No matter what team composition it is that you got, if you don't have any team comp, you got to just really hone in on trying to build a really solid second team. The third one can just be whatever your filler cookies would be. But it's going to be way better to do that than to invest in one really good team and have 2 crappy ones. Because like I said, a full team of level 60s can absolutely shred 3 teams of just really, level 50s or below cookies. So you don't want to be trying to do that. Definitely focus in on building 2 solid teams. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are as well. Or if you got any additional questions for Super Mayhem, I invite you guys to join the Discord. The link's provided down below in the description. And I will see you guys on the next one.